What's up, everybody? I'm Scott,
I'm Jason.
and you are listening to Liquid Carnage. How are you, my friend?
Well, I know for a fact, and I would like to pay an apology to our executive producer. We will never talk about weather again.
Yeah, you're right. Oops.
That went over like a bag of wet kittens into the salt river.
Well, in fairness, you said that was going to happen. So that's my bad. I take possession of that. But also, in fairness, we were recording in the middle of a raging blizzard in Kingman, so it seemed apropos.
But I think in defense of the executive producer, it is definitely a topic that most people do not want to hear.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'd like to just pay homage to our executive producer for calling that out accurately.
Maybe we can ask him to pick a topic for next week.
Well, I think it's really fair because there have been plenty of times where we said, hey, how's the weather? Just a passing comment about the weather. And every time in our notes, he's always said the same thing. Do not
Don't talk.
talk about the weather. so not only did we do that, but we went to a full 30-minute episode on the weather, and it definitely tanked.
It's a very Seinfeldian thing to do. Is to do an
Yeah,
episode
we
about
signed.
nothing.
Yeah,
We
if you think
Seinfeld it
about it,
last week.
Seinfeld usually only lasts 22 minutes because you take out the commercials, right? So we did
Yeah.
8 minutes longer than that.
Yeah, we did an extended episode,
We
a
did an
sweeps
extended
episode.
episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Well, we apologize for that. It was kind of a traumatic day last week with the blizzard and whatnot. So we are back on track this week. We hope everybody's having a great start to the year. I'm not sure if 2021 is getting off to a better start than 2020, but things are definitely different. That's for sure.
in what way, Scotty?
Well, now they're saying, I don't know if you've read this on the interwebs. But now the Chinese have figured out that you can get a more accurate COVID test through anal swabbing than nasal swabbing.
You're
I can't
kidding.
make
Come
this up.
on.
I'm
That's
not
a
making this
joke,
up.
right? That's a
No,
joke.
no, it's real. It's real. For whatever reason, I don't know how high you have to go or how deep you have to go. I read an article, and that's what they're finding. It's more accurate. I'm not sure what made them try that, but that's what they're saying. And I can safely say, as far as my organization is concerned, we're not switching to that type of testing, thank God. But I still don't want to get tested either way if I can avoid it.
Well, the only reason why I'm laughing is because Noreen's brother lives in Arkansas, and so let the stereotypes fly as they may. But one of the things that he put on Facebook or did something was he said, they have a new test for COVID. Just stick your finger up your ass, pull it out, rub it under your nose. If it smells like shit, you're fine. If you can't smell anything, you got COVID.
Well, the Chinese tried it.
The
Now it's a
Chinese tried
test.
it, and now it's successful. So maybe
Now it's a
maybe the
test.
Chinese are onto something.
Oh man, yeah, dude. I got my second vaccination last week too, and
Oh boy.
that was an adventure. They are not kidding. Uh, that second shot is a little bit rougher than the first one. I don't think
Oh
I think I
man.
had mild symptoms, all things considered, through
Okay.
the second vaccine, but I was down for about a day. Man, I had peaks and valleys of energy. Then I felt like I got hit by a wall, and then I couldn't sleep. It was crazy.
Okay. Well, I guess you should be glad you got yours because it's better for the young people to get it because in a little bit, a few days, you're going to be an old fart.
Well, there's a theory out there that it's affected by younger people harder, or it affects younger people harder than older people. And since I'm basically middle age now, or I'm coming up to middle age,
Yeah. So I guess
uh,
I'll be fine then. I'll probably be
yeah, you
fine.
should probably be okay.
Yeah, because once you
It's
get to be as old as me, you might as well put a bullet in your brain at that point.
right. I took a health assessment the other day for my insurance for work. Like you had like an age assessment,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I aged out at 42 years old.
Oh,
And they
well,
said it's because of my drinking and my blood pressure medication were the main indicators.
okay.
Um, but I didn't have my actual blood pressure or cholesterol in front of me. So I like to think I would actually age younger or the same age than what I am. But apparently my body says it thinks I'm 42, and Janice's body thinks she's just 30. So I think all things considered, I still win on this one.
Well, so I have to ask though, you're not 42 though, right?
No, I'm not. I am
Okay.
39 for a few more days.
For a few more days. So are you saying that by the time people hear the next podcast, they will be disappointed that you are no longer with a 3 in the front of your birth year
I don't
or
think they'd be
birth.
disappointed. I think they'd like to see more maturity out of me by whatever their standards are. But um, yeah, I am creeping very close. I'm teetering on the edge of ending my 30s.
Oh, Scott, do you feel like you got screwed though this year because this is a big, 39 to 40 is a big. It's the 40th year, right? So
Yeah.
lots of good times and fun things are supposed to be happening, and you kind of got hosed a little bit.
I got hosed a little bit initially, but I would say as the year went on, things leveled out very nicely, and I'm in a very good spot in life.
Okay.
I have managed to have a lot of fun through my 40th year
Okay.
and my 40th trip around the sun. I've met an amazing woman. I've got some really great friends, and I have nothing to complain about. Well,
Okay.
I do, but
Well,
no one's going to listen, so I'm just going to leave
well,
it.
yeah, no one's going to care, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So, do you feel that you don't feel like you got shortchanged? I remember. Well, the reason why I ask is when Noreen had her big year, she like started in Hawaii for her birthday.
Hmm.
Like she went to
Yeah.
Hawaii and then planned like 3 other trips, and then did a celebration in Las Vegas for her and her boys and a couple friends, and so it it was she made it a spectacle, man. Like she made her year a blowout year, and this year just doesn't allow people to do that.
Yeah, it's funny when you put it in terms like that. I don't really. I guess the older I get, my life is mostly public events. My professional life, so I don't like to have a lot of public events for my personal life, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really care about going out and getting wild and like doing the Vegas thing. Now, I will admit we are going to Vegas later on this year just for a weekend getaway. I've got a lot of friends turning 40 this year, obviously. So we're gonna go up there and have a good time with some later on in the spring. But that's their choice. That's what they want to do. With where my birthday's at, it's kind of hard to get out there and actually do something still with the way the world is.
Yeah, so this year is I turned 49, so it's the start of my 50th year. And, things are starting, and it's going to be in August, so I'm hoping that things start to get a little bit better on the, people get vaccinated and,
Yeah.
it starts to die down because I would love to start, coordinating some long weekends where we said, hey, anyone who's up for going here for the weekend, hook up, meet up, we'll do it and start maybe doing a few trips like that because uh, you know it's a big
Well,
one. It's a big one.
I think, and Janice and I were talking about this. I think between people that have been vaccinated and people that have had it, the majority of our circle should be fine to
Yeah,
travel.
yeah,
I mean, it's not that big of a deal to us anymore.
right.
You know,
Exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
No, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. But what it would be really nice though, I don't, I don't know if I would ever be in a position, but for a big birthday or just a birthday, I would love to say, hey, look, you 15 people, all expenses paid trip, you're coming, we're gonna party it up.
right? I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Wouldn't that be awesome to do that? Like just have the cash to say, you know what, you 15 people and me, we're going here, here, and here, all expenses paid. All you have to do is show up and hang out with me.
What's funny is I remember your 40th birthday. I don't think you do.
That was a whiskey fest. That was the whiskey fest, man.
that was a whiskey fest, and you're right. I forgot it was a whiskey fest. I remember though you passed out, and we took you to your bedroom, and one of our friends put a Justin Bieber poster because he was your hero at the time above your bed.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah. Well, but let's be honest. Noreen put that shindig together, man.
she did.
That was awesome.
She did. She did. She did a
Yeah,
great
she did
job.
a great job. Yeah, I think I guess maybe there's something to be said about having someone who loves you prepare your birthday party instead of you putting together a birthday party.
Yeah, and that's funny because you mentioned that because Janice she won't tell me what's happening for mine. She just told me a time and a place this weekend, and that's basically it.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I don't have any details. She told me to pick a theme, and that was it. So
What's your theme?
man, I went old school. I was like, you know what? I was born in the '80s. Let's go. Let's take it to the '80s. Let's
Oh,
take it to the '80s.
oh my gosh. Okay. So
So,
hey, so does that mean you're wearing your Maverick costume?
I don't think it well, it still fits, but it's kind of falling apart. So
Oh, damn, that's
I'm
too bad.
I'm gonna go with a Back to the Future theme. I think
Oh, you're going Back to the Future.
a little
Okay.
little Marty McFly. I think will be. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I got some time. I got to figure something out. I have options.
Yeah.
I have options, so we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, you're right. When someone else is playing it for you, it's a
Yeah.
big deal. And you start hitting these
Yeah.
milestones. I look back like when I turned 16, when I turned 18, when I turned 21, and then it was 25 because your insurance goes down. And then it's basically every, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65 are your major milestones.
Right. Right.
I mean, but at what point do you just start having a celebration every year because you're just happy you made it? You know?
Yeah, I think once you get to be like in that 75 to 80 range,
Hmm.
you do kind of get to that, well, let's just have a celebration because I'm still breathing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
Well, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, having the financial resource to do something special though would be kind of nice.
Yes, and I know we've got friends turning 50 this year. You're turning 50 next year. Um, that's a big milestone. So I expect us to be able to go out and do something a lot of fun. And I know there will be a birthday trip for my 40th at some point. I'm just not sure when it can be. It just might be a little bit
Right.
delayed. But
It might be late. Yeah, it might be a
that's just
little
the
bit
way the
later,
world is
right?
right now, and I'm okay with it because it doesn't really matter when you celebrate something like that. It's just a matter of who you
Yeah.
celebrate it with.
Now, how big is a birthday celebration to you just in general? Some people like it's a big deal. It's a huge deal whether I'm 28, 38, 40, 50, it doesn't matter. My birthday is very important to me.
I don't really care so much. It was a
Okay.
big deal as a little kid. Now that I'm older, it's not. My birthday generally falls around Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, okay.
Because the Super Bowl is always the first Sunday in February. So it's either like the Super Bowl is either a week before or the day before. And
Got
this
it.
year,
Uh-huh.
this year the Super Bowl is on the 7th. My birthday's on the 8th, and it kind of makes it hard for celebrations because I'm a big football fan. I don't want to be completely wrecked for something to look forward to every year.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Okay.
and but a party's good. It's good to go out and have a good time. I think it's important, but I don't know. I just think it depends on the year though too, and what day your birthday is. Because this year my birthday's on a Monday. It's hard to celebrate on a Monday.
Yeah, that's true. Although you could take a 3-day weekend.
I could actually no with my job I can't right now. So
Oh,
because the
that
COVID
sucks
and
for you.
all. Yeah, but
Well, I will tell you that about 5 years ago, I started taking my birthday off.
hmm
Even if it was a Wednesday, whatever day, I started taking my birthday off. And it got to the point that last year, I was scheduled to take a whole week off for my birthday.
Oh wow,
Yeah, and then I lost my job, so I had to
start over.
reschedule it. But I was going to take a full week off and just enjoy a week of Edgeworth, a week of
Yeah,
Edgeworth.
I think that's my goal this year is that find at some point just to take a week of Kern off every quarter. I have the
Yeah,
time.
when
I
Yeah,
might, you
exactly.
might as well.
And I mean, it was great, man. I took the day off. I paid for a massage for myself. I got a
Hmm.
coffee. I just made it a day of Edgeworth, man.
Yeah.
And so I started celebrating my birthday a little bit more special when I realized, treat yourself, man. It's a one day a year, you know.
In that same regards, I've decided for my birthday this year, I'm going to treat myself to the task of 50 whiskeys from 50 states.
Oh, wow. Okay, how many states do
So
you got so far?
I think I'm up to 10. In
What
fact,
the?
after we finish this recording here today, I have to have everything shipped to my parents' house because you have to. If you have alcohol shipped, you have to have it signed for. Since they're
Yeah.
retired, they can sign for it.
Okay.
I have Hawaii and Michigan sitting at my parents' house right now.
Okay. And
So
then you've had Arizona.
Arizona, Nevada, California, Colorado, Utah, Louisiana, obviously Kentucky and Tennessee. Um, so I've got some work to
Wow.
do. So yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Now is
And
it drink the
Kansas,
whole
yeah.
bottle or just taste it?
Well, you have to order a whole bottle to make it worthwhile. So I have a
No,
lot
but I
of
mean, do
whiskey.
you count a state complete if you finish the whole bottle?
No, I count the steak complete once I taste it.
Okay, so once you taste it, you can give the rest of it to a friend who likes whiskey.
Absolutely. If a friend wants to come visit that really enjoys it, I have a great selection of whiskeys from all over the country that are
Very
all
nice.
craft.
Wow. Okay.
In
Very
fact,
nice.
my next one I'm going to order is from a close friend of mine's home state, Alaska.
Oh boy, that stuff though, you got to be careful because they put bear urine in it to give it a little extra flavor.
Well, that's fine, but once the blindness wears off, um,
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, it helps with the blindness actually. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
warm bear urine really helps. It's just getting it is the hard part.
yeah, and that's it. Like you find out the shipping laws are so weird with alcohol throughout these states. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Like
that's very
Vermont
strange.
won't ship because
Oh,
I've been focusing on trying to find some of the smaller states like the New
yeah.
England states, and
Right.
they're not the easiest to get booze from.
No, they're not. They're not. And I remembered we went actually to Boston, Massachusetts,
Hmm.
and a friend of ours was basically doing that. She was a huge whiskey fan, and she was going up the state instead of looking at all the foliage. She was going to all the distilleries and liquor stores to get their whiskey from the states because they wouldn't ship it.
That's the way to do it. So if we have any East
Yeah.
Coast listeners, I'm looking for some New England whiskey. Hit me up at Liquid Carnage on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's work a deal. If you pick it up, man, I'll Venmo you the money and you mail it to us. We'll call it good.
Hey, I got to be honest. We have a couple listeners in Russia and in Nigeria. They want to send their whiskey. We take that too.
Yeah. Well, that'd be vodka in Russia, though. Wouldn't do they have whiskey in Russia?
Of course they make whiskey. Of course they make whiskey. I mean, the vodka obviously is a little bit easier to make, but I'm sure they make whiskey.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Like an actual Russian whiskey, that'd be badass.
Russian whiskey, but could you imagine that Russian listener saying, "You know what? I'm going to take care of Scott, sending you a bottle of their whiskey with it all in Russian, so you don't even know what you're, looking
Oh,
at except 48%. That's all you see. You know what I
yeah,
mean?"
yeah. The 48, and then oh god, you hope the Barry urine is on par with the Alaska whiskey. That way you don't go totally blind.
Yeah, that would be nice. And then Nigeria, oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine what would come from Nigeria. I mean,
Right?
that stuff probably, you could put a spoon in it and it would probably just hold still, like it wouldn't even move. It's probably really thick, got a real burning taste to it.
Oh yeah, but the flavors have got to be amazing because if you've ever had African food, from the region, man, they've got
Yeah,
it's good stuff, man.
I know. I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. So if anyone's out there listening, they have some recommendations from some different states. I've mentioned this to a couple of friends, and everyone's always quick to offer their distillers of choice from their home states or states they visited. But it's I'm always willing to take suggestions, and if they ship, man, I am down to order and just see where it at where when it gets here. If we could have a whiskey tasting, that'd be great too.
Now, Scott, do you get uncomfortable when so much attention is placed on you during a birthday where it's like, I don't want this much attention on me?
I'll be honest, yes.
Like
It,
it gets too much where people start bringing up stories about how cool you are and all that stuff, like the focused attention.
yeah, I will be honest. It is a little embarrassing for me. I don't really care for it. I've emceed events for years. I've hosted events for years. You know that. It's part of my job has always been the public face and be out there shaking hands and kissing babies. But when it's about me, I don't like that kind of attention on me.
Yeah, 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 because it I think, well, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. I know for myself I'm kind of the same way. I like to have attention on me, but I also don't like people like focusing so much. Oh, it's your birthday, so let's talk about all the good things that are
Yeah,
about you. And it's like, just have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Use it as an excuse to celebrate, but let's just have a
yeah,
good time.
yeah. We don't got to talk about me, but you just got to party your ass off. Just have a good time tonight. You know.
So do your parents and do your family do the same kind of birthday presents for you like they do Christmas presents?
Yeah, no, with my parents it's pretty straightforward. My mom goes on Facebook and finds the best pictures of me that have been posted throughout the year. It makes a birthday card, and then that's about it. They give us a couple bucks, and we go out to dinner, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. So they don't do the same with the Christmas where they
Yeah.
go to your Amazon page and just buy.
No, no, no. It's yeah. Here's $100 for your trouble for being alive for the last year. So thanks for picking up our mail and pulling our trash can while we're gone.
Okay, so in your 40 years now, which birthday do you remember most vividly?
Which birthday do I remember most vividly?
Like 16, 18, 21, 25, 30. Like, was there a birthday, one of the big ones you say, oh man, so far That was legit. That was the big one.
You know, it's funny. I was trying to remember my 30th birthday a few days ago, just for posterity, because I know you were there, Dean was there, Noreen was there,
Yeah.
but I don't remember what we did. I'm sure JP was 2011, so I know JP was there, but I don't think it was much. Um,
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember. For the life of me, I can't remember what that was. I remember my 21st birthday. Tom came up from Kingman, or came down from Kingman because I was living in Phoenix, and we. I do remember my 21st birthday because I worked all day at my aunt's cigar stand. Then Tom and another friend and I went to dinner at Makayo's, saw a Schwarzenegger movie. And the next day, we did trick Tom to go to a bar because my college roommate at the time was under 21. So
Yeah.
once Tom realized we tricked him to go into a bar, he wanted no part of it because Bruce was underage. But
That's funny. That's funny.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. My 21st birthday, I was working oh my God, my 21st birthday, I remember it was the opening night. It was a Friday night. It was the opening night for the movie The Fugitive with
oh,
Harrison
it's a
Ford.
great movie.
It's a great movie, but it tells you how old I am. But anyways, yeah, I went to that. We went to the local bar in the little town that my parents lived in, and then the next day I took a bus to Las Vegas and met my friend in Las Vegas for 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't, but I don't remember getting really drunk. I mean, I drank, but I didn't remember getting really drunk. Like I didn't have a serious like meltdown party, got crazy.
Yeah. I remember. I want to say I was 25 or 26. We went to the bowling alley and a friend's band was playing, and I had like 5 Long Island iced teas in an hour, and that's all.
Oof.
That's all I remember from my birthday. I woke up the next day just in pain.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Um, yeah, I think I mean obviously my 40th birthday because of the what Noreen did for the party was pretty impressive. But yeah, I don't have really any other birthdays that stand out to me as really exciting birthdays.
Yeah. You know, that's
Yeah,
that's the
pretty much
cool part though. Is like, if you celebrate the milestones, the big ones, you as long as you're with your friends and your family, you tend to remember them better. Whether it be big trips or big get-togethers. I think
right.
those are the ones that really mean the most. And I'm excited. I don't know what's going to happen for mine, but I'm excited for it. I mean, it's a good time.
Well, I hope that whatever happens, it gives you a chance to celebrate with friends if anyone comes. I don't even know who's coming.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know nothing.
It could be just you and Janice. Who knows?
And I think
I mean,
honestly,
who
I think
really
that's what
knows?
she's done. I think she's tricked me into everything, and she's got me thinking it's this giant thing, and it's gonna be me and her, and like a 6 pack in the back of the truck somewhere, which is fine.
Yeah. Now, do you think the time of year of your birthday makes a difference? Like, I'm in August, so I'm usually in the summer,
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
it kind of works out pretty good. Whereas, you're kind of after Christmas, after New Year's.
Yeah.
It's
That's the hard part for my birthday. It's right before Valentine's Day, right after Christmas and New Year's. It's cold. It's dark. There's not a lot of things going on. My birthday used to be All Star Weekend for the NBA, so I look forward to that as a kid. But it's funny, like, because Janice's birthday is 2 weeks after mine, so we basically declared February just like a null and void month for presents or whatnot, and we'll just do something together because of my birthday, then Valentine's Day, then her birthday. There's that could be potentially a lot of money if you don't get around and get in front of that fast.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have this problem because Noreen's birthday is right before Christmas.
Mm.
And it's always hard for me to differentiate between gifts that I give her for her birthday, which are supposed to be for her, and gifts you give her for Christmas. You want them to be nice, but you don't want to take away from the importance of the birthday gift versus, yeah, it's a pain.
I'm about 6 weeks after Christmas. I don't think it's a big deal for me
Well, no,
anymore.
but if you count in Valentine's Day with your two birthdays, then
Yeah.
you get a gift for Valentine's Day. Is that supposed to be the special one, or do regular gift?
Yeah.
And plus, like you said, it's a double whammy because, like, I have to buy presents. I have to save up double because you have to get the presents for the birthday and for Christmas
Yeah.
at the same time.
So it's tricky. So, once we realized that was the case, we kind of got in front of that pretty fast and worked our own, you know, I a resolution for it,
Yeah,
just to make it easier on both of us because it can be, there's no sense in making it trickier and harder than it has to be. Those are all 3 days we're all supposed to enjoy. Plus, this year my birthday's on a Monday, Valentine's Day's on a Sunday, and her birthday's on a Wednesday. So those don't exactly scream, "Let's go out and have a great time," because we don't have to do anything the next day.
Yeah,
You know.
that's true. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think also too, you get to a point where one person may feel a little uncomfortable if someone else goes over and above and beyond. And
Yeah,
then you're like, oh, I got you a pair of sheets. What'd you get me? Oh, a new Rolex watch.
plus,
Wow, that's really nice. You know?
plus now we're going to our first birthdays together and our first Valentine's Day together too. So you have to set that tone properly, otherwise you could set expectations at a different level moving forward. And prior to our podcast in my younger, dumber days, you and I would have debates about the rules of dating and what you do and how you do things. And
Yeah.
you can, that's a whole nother episode waiting to happen of what we used to think about dating and relationships versus what they really are.
Yeah, 4 years ago then and now.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
goodness.
Longer than 4 years ago, I'm talking, even 10 years ago.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's true. I
You know,
mean,
I remember at
yeah.
night, you and I and your ex-wife were sitting in the Cracker Barrel, debating dating, and you took me to task on a lot of things, but I sat there and defended my thoughts and my beliefs.
Yeah, but you were young then. You didn't know as much. Now look at you.
Yeah,
You're
right.
smart. You're good looking.
I'm grayer, fatter, and older. That's about it.
Yeah, but you're so much wiser now. I mean, think about the birthday knowledge that you could give to a young person now
Yeah, yeah.
that
It's
you
funny
couldn't
because
give 10 years ago. You didn't know shit about nothing.
yeah, yeah, and that's true. I do see myself.
Hey, but
I do
the only
notice
thing,
myself getting a little bit wiser.
hey, but 50 no's and a yes is still a yes.
Absolutely, it's still first rule
That's
of
a
life.
tried and true rule that will never, no matter how old you get, no matter how many birthdays you have, that one will always be correct.
And I kind of want that on my tombstone one day, but I'm not getting a tombstone, so you know.
Well, okay. Speaking of tombstones, we talked about it for my birthday. What three things from the last year would you put on your tombstone that you accomplished this year?
Mm, what three things?
Because you've accomplished a lot, actually, considering COVID and everything.
Yeah. I'm very excited about where everything's going with Janice. That's a pretty good
Yeah,
thing.
that's a really good
It's a
thing. That's
very
a good
good
thing to
thing.
put on the tombstone.
I'm very happy with my advancement in my career.
Yeah.
That's taken some positive turns, and in spite of everything, I feel like even though all of my social circles we've all kind of drifted and had to go do our own thing because of gathering restrictions and whatnot, we've all found ways to stay connected and stay as close as we can for the most part. I think that's pretty important, man. We have all these tools at the tips of our fingers to stay close to each other, and it still takes work. Just because it's easy doesn't make it it's easy to access doesn't make it easy to do.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, it definitely it takes wanting to do it too, because it's
Yeah.
easy to say, it's too much work. I don't want to do it. So those are three pretty big accomplishments for your 40th year, my friend.
Yeah, I think so too, man. It's like I said, it's been a wild ride, and going into my 41st trip around the sun. I've got a lot of things lined up for this year. I'm excited for, and I'm just life is good. It goes in peaks and valleys, but you have to appreciate all of the valleys because that makes you really appreciate all of the peaks when you get there.
Wow, that's a good birthday blog or saying for people to adhere to. I love it.
Now, if I get too drunk this weekend and I can't repeat that, remember what I said so you can say it for me.
Hey, I'll
Okay.
play it
I will. I will. I
I'll
will.
play
I
it.
will call you on the phone and say, just say, hey, say that thing I said, and you better know what I'm talking about.
Well, and for those of you who listen to our
Hold on.
podcast, you know that we record on a Monday,
Yeah.
and this Monday will actually be the official
Hold on.
day. So if we still record on Monday,
Hold on a second. Hey, shut the fuck up. All right, give me 10 seconds and then.
we'll end it.
All right, finish what you're saying.
Well, I was going to say that for those of you who know us, we record on Mondays usually. So on Monday, he will officially be 40. And so for those of you who are out there, if you want to give a virtual spanking on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you know where to find us. But if you don't, Scott, tell them where to find us.
Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, all at Liquid Carnage for that virtual spanking. That seems weird. If you want to give Tom any tips for turning 42 here in a few months in Denver, hit him up on Instagram or Twitter at liquid_EP. He'd be happy to hear them.
I would like to just do a quick shout out too. Thank you, everyone. We had a lot of positive responses from our episode about our friend Ralph Field. I know that people were sending it out to their friends to listen to. We've had an amazing response. So thank you so much for honoring him and honoring us to listen to us. It means a lot to us, and I just wanted to call that out.
So we do appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Well, Scotty, happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you,
I don't know if I'll see you because, I don't know. It might be just you and Janice for your birthday. But if I do see you, I'll have a big happy birthday hug for you. Everyone, thanks for listening. That was Scott. I am Jason. And the dogs. And as always,
those
you never know quite what to say. Just have yourself some liquid carnage.